All right, so there are office pools. Vegas has put out a line. The blogosphere is buzzing. Just tell me, what's the playlist?
I can't tell you. I'm contractually. There's an omerta clause.
Like the mafia.
That's right. There's an omerta clause, and I'm not allowed to disclose what's going to be going on in a little while.
Is there any chance you change it up while you're on the stage, or is it 3 or 4 songs, you pick them, and that's it?
It's pretty tight. It's pretty tight. The one thing we had to get used to was scrunching 3 hours of energy into, you have exactly 12 minutes, my friend. Quick, go. You're done now. Get off.
Right. So how should those of us who are used to seeing at least a 3-hour show, in the old days, a 4-hour show, how should we view this 12-minute slice of the E Street Band?
I was just talking to the folks in the press room. I says, it's sort of like this. All right, so you're going to you're getting ready to go to the show. You're going to drive up to the Meadowlands, and you're on your way, and you miss the exit, and you take the next exit, but you get off, and you get lost, and so you stop at a little bar, and then but the bar gets held up while you're in there, and so 40 minutes goes by, the police come, and now the concert's been going on for an hour, and you come out and you have a flat tire, so it takes another 30 minutes to change the flat. And then you get back on the turnpike, and you get going the right way, and you get in, but you can't find your ticket. Somehow got lost in the car. So, and you get into the stadium at exactly 2 hours and 48 minutes into the show, and there's 12 minutes left. So that should be what you're going to see Sunday night, I think. But it's fun. It's been fun. It's been a challenge, and it's been fun to do.
I can remember 12-minute versions of Rosalita alone.
Yes.
Safe to guess, nothing from The Ghost of Tom Joad or Nebraska. It's all going to be upbeat stuff. You'll commit to that, right? Even there.
Nothing.
Even there. Not revealing.
I cannot speak. Anything could happen. We could have a very, we have rock versions of some of that stuff.
For a decade or more, they've been asking you every year to do this.
Yes.
Why do it now?
I have an album to promote, dummy.
Of course.
Come on.
I was going to let you say
that. It's not rocket science. It's like, really, I think we made 3 of the best records we've made in a row in our career. I'm extremely proud of the records, The Rising, Magic, and Working on a Dream. And I really feel the band is at the height of its powers right now. I think the last tour we played as best as we've ever played. And so a lot of it had to do with that. Also, the place we're at, it's sort of like, this feels like a good time to do it. We lost Danny last year, and it felt like, we've worked hard and been very committed that the band retains its edge, its power, its whatever you want to call it, its passion, it's just the desire to blow the roof off the place. It's something that still on any given night it's exciting as it ever was. And so I think that besides the fact that we have a record that came out this week, it's something where I'm proud of that effort that we've made, and I'm proud of that accomplishment. And I think you can bring your 15-year-old son to our show, or your 10-year-old son, or your 25-year-old son, or your dad, or whatever, and you're going to be able to walk out of there at night saying you saw us at our best. If somebody came and seen us in 85 or 78, they're not going to have anything on you right now. And that's what, that's what we pursue. And so having the band in that place, making the records we're making today, and it is difficult for a guy my age to get just the information that records come out and to find places. Like it's a bit ironic, because you either have these huge stages or you're sort of in a bit of no man's land, because you can't get on AM radio. You're not gonna, so it's a strange yin and yang, but the Super Bowl, thanks to Don Mishra and his crew, they've turned it into a place where you can go and be who you are and do what you do, you know. So
heard this story that back in 1973, Mike Appel was your agent, and he actually pitched you to the NFL to be part of the Super Bowl, pregame, halftime. Is that true?
I think that is true, you know.
What would you have sung then?
It's a good question. I mean, I don't know. Blinded by the Light. I only had a couple of songs. I don't think it was, you know, but
so it didn't work out, and they gave it to Tony Orlando and Don.
Mike was pretty visionary. He always had all kinds of ideas that you look at him and say, that wasn't such a bad idea, you know. It's like it was this big, hey, we're going to play in a tent. We're going to travel all around the country, and you're going to. I said, oh, man, I'm not going to play in a tent. And I said, hey, play in a tent, that might be fun. We're playing in a tent right now. You know? It's like, but...
so 36 years later, his vision comes true.
That's right. So he'll be sitting home with a deserved wry smile on his face, I'm sure.
Over the years, this halftime show has morphed into something very different from where it started. So now U2, Prince, McCartney, Sting, Tom Petty, the Rolling Stones, yourself. Who'd you like to see get the gig next?
That's a good question. I had a conversation with Chris Martin from Coldplay, you know, and he actually we were at dinner one night and we were going, guys, I'm not going to play in the middle of a football game. I'm not so sure about that. I said, no, man. I'd love to play. I want to play the Super Bowl, you know. He doesn't mind me saying it, but they'd be good. They do a good job, you know. But I'm sure there's plenty of other, you know, there's a lot of other acts out there too. But
there's a lot of excitement about you playing this halftime show. But what do you say to the handful of people, purists, maybe people who started out loving you, and they say, you know what, I don't want to see Bruce in this kind of setting. I didn't want to see Tom Petty there either. I don't want to see Bruce halftime at the Super Bowl.
Okay, well, you don't have to see us. You can not watch.
There you go. There's your answer.
But it's not like there's no sellout issue. I mean, it sold out 25 years ago, so it's like so it's not a question of that. It's just personal preference, you know. It's you know.
My Lucky Day is one of the songs on Working on a Dream. Whose lucky day do you think it is? Arizona or Pittsburgh?
I understood that I'm not supposed to pick sides, but actually, if you're from Central Jersey, you're a Giants fan, you know. And I don't follow football that much, but I have followed the Giants a bit over the past couple of years. And so I truthfully, I have no idea. I have no clue, you know.
Now, if the Giants or Jets were in it, or even the Eagles, with you having some South Jersey connection close to Philly.
I have to admit, you know, you got Pittsburgh. So that's Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania is that's a great you know area for us. So, but you know.
You know, people are crazy. They're going to interpret the fact that you're dressed in black. They'll interpret the fact that you're dressed in black.
I like
those are Steelers colors. You better have some red on.
I like that Arizona weather too. So I don't know.